Hello, Pokemoshpit. This is Pokemultiverse, this time with an RU battle. And last time I uploaded a video to this site, while the likes were, more likes than dislikes, the comments were definitely negative, so I read through the comments, and while many of them weren't really constructive, I tried to fix my problems as best I could, so if you could give me another shot and watch this video with, an open mind, that would be great. Hopefully, I don't I don't anger or disappoint anyone again. So, yeah. Basically, what my team is running 3 choice Pokemon. I've got choice Scarfed Primeape as sort of a revenge killer, choice Banded Bouffalon, for the maximum power. I've got that Spiritomb kind of as a mixed wall. Slowking is definitely more specially defensive, but can give out some good hits. Galvantula is choice Specs, so he'll be hitting really hard, and his natural speed allows him to be faster than a lot of things. And then Drapion is my lead that works on setting up poison spikes, and so yeah. On his side of the field, I'm noticing that the Magneton won't be as big of an issue because I don't have any steel types for it to trap, but it can still pose a problem just because Magneton does have decent stats. For Alligator, if it gets up a Swords Dance, can definitely bust through this team. The Hitmonlee, not really sure what that's going to try and do. Sandslash is definitely bulky, and it carries rapid spin, so entry hazards, not so much, and if he leads off with it, which I think he'll do, then he can just go for the stab Earthquake on my Drapion, so I'm not going to want to lead off with that. The Axelgore is going to be really fast, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. I think only my choice Scarfer will be able to outspeed it, and then Spiritomb, like mine, I would guess is a pretty mixed wall, so I'll have to overcome that. So let's get into the match. So this is a battle that I got on the Smogon Wi-Fi battle against Super AJ. I expected him to lay it off with the Sandslash, so I started off with Primeape just to scout out, and I could have gone for the Ice Punch, but I wasn't sure if he was going to switch, expecting that or not, so I decided just to go for the U-turn to get switch initiative if he did switch. I was expecting Stealth Rocks, but some people change their plan depending on what's facing them. So I'm going to switch into Spiritomb. Sandslash doesn't scare me, so I'm going to be able to set up a Calm Mind as he switches. His Volt Switch is going to do a nice chunk of damage, and I didn't see Life Orb or anything, so I'm thinking it could be choiced because it is running Volt Switch, but it's still too early to tell. I'm going to go for the Taunt, and he's going to bring in for Alligator, which is good for me because this way it won't be able to Swords Dance if it carries that. So the Waterfall is going to do a nice chunk of damage, but I know I can live a second hit, so I managed to get off a +1 Dark Pulse. I go for the Pain Split, hoping to live, and I do just manage to, although it's not going to be that big of a deal because of how much HP he had, or how little. So now I want to save Spiritomb just in case, so I'm going to switch into my Slowking and take a Waterfall, albeit not very well, but as well as, it could. So he's obviously going to switch into his Magneton, as I'm going to slack off to get HP back in case he wanted to try and do something else with the Feraligatr in his last dying wish, but he chose to save it. And so I'm going to switch into Drapion, expecting the electric type move, probably the Volt Switch, but Drapion didn't handle that, as well as I hoped. Now, I was going to switch, I could have switched into Spiritomb expecting the high jump kick or some sort of fighting type move, but I did kind of want to get my spikes up. So, unfortunately, I stayed in and easily was taken out. So now I'm going to go into Spiritomb. I'm expecting him to be locked in, so I'm going to go for the Pain Split, and he does, in fact, switch out, so Pain Split was a nice little bit. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind, knowing that I can take a Volt Switch, but the Thunderbolt's going to do a nice chunk of damage. I'm not seeing leftovers or anything, so he could be Eviolite or Specs, really. So I'm going to go into Marcus the Primeape, and he's going to withdraw. I completely I was stupid here. Like, I knew he had it, but I completely forgot he had it, so I went for the close combat thinking, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna hit something, boom, this thing came in, I'm like, shit, he had it. So he's gonna hit me on the Pursuit, and that's gonna be a nice play. I'm gonna go into my Recluse and Specs Energy Ball. The Sand Slash is gonna come in, I knew that was gonna happen, it was too obvious. So now I'm gonna switch out, because Hitmonlee, the way it comes in makes me think that it is Scarfed. So I'm going to go into Slowking to take whatever he wants to throw at me, whether it be, you know, whatever. So I'm just going to go for a Scald, hoping to get whatever that comes in, and I do get the Magneton. It's going to do almost no damage, and the Volt Switch is going to do a lot, and, you know, Slowking has some natural special bulk to it, so, I mean, it wasn't surprising, but it still did a nice little bit of damage, and the Shadow Sneak is going to take me down really nicely, but I'm going to slack off and get it all back with a little bit after lefties. So he's just going to switch out thinking he can't really do anything. I'm just going to go for the Scald. I know that would have meant death for my Slowking, but I wanted just to get some damage off because I wasn't going to get anywhere slacking off, and I managed to kill the Magneton as it switches in. I know the Bug Buzz is coming, but I go into my Bouffalant hoping maybe he decided to go for Energy Ball or something. You know, me just hoping. But this thing is easily going to take Afro Luffy out. It's Life Orbed, and it's really fast, so I am I'm about to get swept by this thing, so I go for the Ice Punch, and I get the Freeze Hacks, and that was so crucial, because I honestly probably would have been swept by this thing had I not gotten that. So I'm able to take it out with a second Ice Punch. Hitmonlee is going to come in. I'm locked into Ice Punch, so I just go for it and get hit by a Double Edge. That's fine by me. Marcus did his job, and the Hitmonlee is now at a nice little bit of HP. I'm going to go for the Scald as he goes for Double Edge, kind of hoping to kill him, as well as if he gets the burn, that'll also be nice. And I'm able to take him out, and he'll be able to come in with the Spiritomb and do some damage to me. Just, you know, Shadow Sneak or Pursuit. Either one would have killed me from that range. I'm pretty sure, yeah, from that range it would have. So I go into Recluse, and I Specs Thunder this thing in the face, and there's no chance Spiritomb is living that. And all that's left is his Feraligatr, so if he goes for the Aqua Jet, maybe I can live or not. It turns out, you know, my Galvantula is just so frail. I die, but he dies to Life Orb, so even though he won, it was still kind of a tie. So it was a really good game. Please, you know, if I manage to redeem myself here, and you actually do like what I'm having to offer, check out my channel, or, you know, yeah, just feel free to, yeah, whatever, I'll just shut up now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.